Hail Internet, it's Paul, it's Matt, the Dork Lords. We are here talking about Star Trek Discovery, Season 1, Episode 12, Vaulting Ambition. All right, here's a summary. A lot happens again. Boy, some shows that are narrative-based tend to be guilty of having like a filler episode. Since they've hit the mirror universe, there are no filler episodes at the moment. It's like plot, 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 coming at you. Still 3 episodes to go in this season. All right, so this is what we experienced this time around. Burnham, by order, is taking Lorca prisoner to the Emperor. The Emperor, of course, mycelial, Georgia. When they arrive, we've got the meeting there with the Emperor's bow. I'll bow to no one. You take him to the agonizer. And so, of course, Lorca is tortured again. We kind of joked about it last month. Like, it seems like everywhere he goes, yes. He goes and gets tortured. Chalk up another tally on the I'm going to get tortured place. Yes. Although on the way, as a kindness, Burnham, realizing he'll probably be stuck in an agonizer, gives him a shot to like deaden the pain, basically, so that he is not as fully in pain from the agonizer.
Yeah, even though they had the best in the fleet agonizers on the Palace.
They do. Put him in Type C or something.
Yeah.
It's like, all right. It makes your hands do this. So then there's also this kind of creepy moment where Burnham is asked to pick out a Kelpian, which she's like, oh, okay, well, as long as there's no follow-up questions, sure, that one's good. We'll call him George. Anyways, it turns out she's picking her lunch. And so later, in the Emperor's quarters, the two of them sit down, Burnham and the Emperor, and they enjoy a nice Kelpian soup, stew, I don't know, meal.
I don't know what the meal was, yeah.
And the Emperor has slurping even, has her eat the threat ganglia of a Saru brother or something, which obviously it's like basically being a cannibal in some ways to Burnham. She's like, ugh. She's grossed out.
Yeah. She's grossed out. As a, what is he, not a linguistic person, she's supposed to study species or whatever. So yeah.
Good point. Yeah. So we also, of course, we're on this giant ship that they call the Palace, which could be what we actually almost certainly is what Stamets was talking about when he was zoning in and out. He goes, the Palace. Because I think he even mentions that to Mirror Stamets in this episode. He goes, oh, that was you. All the times when I saw Tilly as a captain and the Palace and the trees or something, like I was looking at you. I don't know.
I hear you.
I think he mentioned that. But okay, so the Emperor then throws out some very important information.
Yes.
Hey, by the way, I'm your adopted mom. You probably knew that already because, of course, you're from the Mirror Universe. I don't know why I'm telling you this, but I am. Basically, the Emperor knows that Mirror Universe Burnham and Mirror Universe Lorca were together and betraying the Emperor. So he's like, I don't know why you guys came back to me, but I might as well just kill you off.
Presumably she had might have been accepted knowledge that Burnham, because that's what we were told, that Burnham went to go pursue Lorca, and so it wouldn't make any sense for them to return if it was public knowledge that Burnham had betrayed the Emperor. So they probably needed to have that ruse so that she could expose her at dinner, right? Because you wouldn't be like, oh, hello, person who was betraying me. You want to have some dinner? So presumably that's something that she kept to herself. Because I can imagine it's embarrassing. Like, it's the person you pretty much brought up as your own, decided to betray you. So,
got you. So in other words, wasn't like on the local papers.
Right.
It was just something that the Emperor knew, and maybe no one else.
And maybe it was also like the fact that she could surprise her, Burnham, who wouldn't know anything at all, or at least knows the least of anybody in the galaxy. Right. It's like, you didn't know that I knew, did you? like, the truth is, you didn't even know at all. So,
well, it's strange because the Emperor detects that Burnham is lying. She just incorrectly guesses what she's lying about.
Right.
And so Burnham cops to it. Which, by the way, kudos to Brian O'Connor. If you watched our Trekkie Thoughts video from 2 episodes or 2 videos ago, he correctly said, I think Burnham is gonna admit she's from the Prime Universe to the Emperor. I thought if she was gonna say it to anybody, it would be like the slave mirror universe version of Saru. But no, Brian you get the check mark. You win the internet for the day.
The slave is still in the dark, apparently.
Yeah, apparently.
So there you go.
Or he's a soup. So she admits to it. The Emperor does not kill her, as I thought the Emperor might. Instead, kills everyone else in the room with it's like the Krull. That's an old 80s sci-fi reference. But anyway, she throws a shuriken and kind of goes, chops everyone's heads. And then there's the one guy left. He's like, you can keep a secret? Yeah, okay. All right, clean everything up. And then
you'll be a governor
of Endor. And so, of Endor, the moon of Endor. He's going to be the governor of the little teddy bears. No, the Endorans. So, now we've got back on the ship. On the actual Discovery, we've got Saru is trying to help Ash Tyler / Vok.
Yes.
Who is Voking out and speaking Klingon, and they have the giant subtitled text again. Yeah. And so he's like, well, hey, L'Rell, she obviously has feelings for this guy, and we've got her. She could help.
Yes.
He makes a plea, hey, help him out. Life is horrible for him right now. She's like, no, he made this, he being Vok, took this journey. I'm going to let him finish it. Like, he sacrificed so much, I'm not going to, like, pull him out now and, like, make it all for naught.
I mean, you're making him sound more gallant, I think, than she was trying to make it seem. Like, he's a warrior,
Yeah, that's true. Right.
And she was kind of trying to pretend like as if she didn't care. Or it's like, yeah, like that's what warriors do. They go out and get killed. So
right. So as a kind of an act of desperation, Saru, I think it's maybe yeah.
I mean, you might just be like,
what the
fine.
heck?
Yeah.
I got nothing else better to do for the next 5 minutes. Let's just beam him in.
So,
beam him in.
You won't help him.
Let's see what.
Boom. Let's see if that changes your mind.
Let's see how this goes. I don't know. Because I got 5 on the Vok. So, yeah, he beams Vok in, and she sees how much he's suffering. She agrees to help. She's like, only I can touch him.
Yes.
And she performs this Klingon ritual. She's got some cool gloves.
Yeah.
I don't know where she got those.
Yeah.
Like, they just had those, and she's like, these will work. And then she gives, like, the Klingon, I'm forgetting the name for it, the Klingon death howl, basically, where I think the significance of that scene is that whatever processes she did, she cleansed the spirit of Vok from the body of Vok, which is now Ash Tyler.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to be seeing at least 92% Ash Tyler. In the near future, that he'll have these little moments where he's like, oh God, but then he'll be Ash Tyler for the rest of the time. I'm guessing. It's a little weird, but we'll talk about that. All right. Anyway, so that happened. Also, Stamets is in the mycelial network while he's still unconscious back on the Discovery. Meets up with his Mirror Universe self, who says, "Hey, we got to get out of here. Let's find our way out." As they're trying to find their way out, they encounter Hugh Culber, the Doctor. I would say that Mirror Stamets doesn't seem to recognize him. I don't know, or he says like, "Who's that?" Or what did you like? He's not really touching base. He doesn't even see Hugh.
Yeah, I'm not even sure if he even sees him.
Yeah. Okay. So we're not sure if he has that same relationship as my point in the Mirror Universe or not.
Right. Okay. We're
not sure. So they have a very touching goodbye. Basically, Hugh says, "I'm dead," and these are the moments I enjoyed the most, and Stamets kind of wants to stay there. Like, why don't we just stay here forever then? And like, no, you can't. You got to wake up. Also, don't trust Mirror-You.
Yeah, no.
Mirror-You is bad.
Well, Mirror-You has been doing things to damage the mycelial network.
Right, and he's corrupted himself. So he's got some kind of infection, and the network is kind of off limits and being weird at certain parts. It's almost like the Upside Down a little bit in Stranger Things, where it's like, oh, the hallway is being covered in vines. So that's a plot line that's got some interesting things coming.
But yeah, once he wakes up and runs to the area where all the spores are, they look damaged. They look like they're
pretty much dead.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Mirror Universe Stamets wakes up on another ship. I'm guessing that's the Palace. I think it's the Karen. The Charon, I think is the name of the ship.
Is the Palace?
Is the Palace.
Oh.
I could be wrong, but I think they said it once, and I was like, what? So a little, mythological reference, and she's the Emperor. I don't know. They're trying to throw out some.
What's Karen?
Karen, he is the. I think he's the boatman. On the rivers, when he's like, you cross the river of death.
In which mythology?
That's in Greek.
Okay, see, just the boatsman. Oh, that's not enough.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Oh, the famous boatsman?
Don't pay the ferryman. Okay, yeah. So I think that's right. We're going to go with that. That's off the cuff. So, anyway, yes. Oh, and also, that ties into... okay, so we'll finish this first before I come back to that. I think the name Karen actually involves what I think is an overarching theme of this particular episode.
Oh, but, I thought it was going to be Lord of the Rings.
Okay, good. Oh, anyway, so that does tie into Lord of the Rings. I could do this. I'll find... Wait, hold on. Give me a second. Okay. No. Okay, great. So, So Stamets says, wake up. Mirror Stamets wakes up. Back on the Palace. Oh, so also, the Emperor... while letting her, I'll let you live if you give me the spore drive.
She says schematics.
And we'll talk about this, but Burnham agrees.
Yeah, well, because it's useless.
Well, she doesn't necessarily know that at this point.
And that's when it's like, okay, if what's his name? Stamets is on the
Palace.
On the Palace, what does he not have that? Well, the only thing that they don't have is the jumps, right?
Yeah.
So I guess that's maybe what she's talking about, but that's a different kind of specification.
Yeah.
So maybe that's the spec she wants.
But that's kind of the deal. Is I'll let you live if you give us the ability to go and destroy every universe we can get our hands on. Oh, great. Okay. That sounds fair. So then we have the reveal. The blinds are pulled back. It's like, and it's like, oh yeah, by the way, everyone in the Mirror Universe is averse to light. It's the one biological difference we have. And of course,
humans at least, right? We don't know if other creatures have same.
Good point. So in
all these episodes we've seen from other series, I don't remember them having any, which I think we would have noticed.
That's a new thing. So with that, it triggers in Burnham. She's like, memory. Oh, and Lorca's from the Mirror Universe. Simultaneously, we see Lorca in his agonizer taunting this torturer, who apparently is angry at him because he, we'll say, killed his sister.
Yes.
He wants Lorca to say the sister's name. Now, obviously, if he had been from the Prime Universe, he wouldn't have known this name, and so that part of the scene is like, he'll never know the name.
Yeah, like, oh no, he's trapped now.
Oh boy! And they bring out one of Lorca's followers, who obviously Mirror Universe Lorca would be looking at him and know who he is, but he pretends not to know him.
No, because
and so it's like, say the name of my sister. He doesn't do it, so his follower gets destroyed horribly in front of him. Yep. Like the little blood splatter equals, oh, horrible. And so
yeah, they got rid of that in the original series.
So then, in the end, when it's revealed that he is indeed Mirror Universe Lorca, which we're not brain surgeons for calling that, but we called that a while back. He steps out of the agonizer, or the guy lets him out so he can torture him worse, and Lorca turns the tables because he hasn't been affected, with the nerve deadening agents. He's okay. So he beats the living hell out of this guy, then says, her name was Ava, and she meant a lot to me, but I met someone else, Burnham. And then he stomps him in the face, and that's the end of the episode. Yep. So we have Lorca free on the ship, on the Emperor's ship, and Burnham does say "Oh, this whole thing was a plan to get him. He used me to get to you." Yeah. And that's where we end. Okay, so good point. So let's talk about all kinds of stuff. But one of them would be this plan of Lorca's. Woo! Now that is a convoluted plan. I'm gonna go for the mirror. First of all, how did he get to the Prime Universe?
Yeah, we don't know that. We don't know.
He found
if a way. Him traveling killed the original or the Prime version of Lorca. We don't know.
Which maybe is the way that they end up getting back. Is the whatever way Mirror Universe Lorca got back and hasn't told anybody because he doesn't want to get back. I mean, he might be like, "Oh yeah, there's a door right over here. You just open it and you're in." I don't know, but somehow he ended up in the other universe.
Yeah.
We're guessing, theorizing that Buran incident. He Mirror Universe Lorca used that, blew up the ship as a cover for his arriving. So probably in the process killed Prime Universe Lorca, I'm thinking. Prime Universe Lorca may have been on that ship. Boom. Oh, look, I survived. Thank goodness. And there's no one here to question that I'm Mirror Universe Lorca. I think that's what happened. That's also the time we know from one of the previous episodes. I believe that's when he gets his aversion to light. So it kind of makes sense.
He claims
that's when he enters this world, the Prime Universe. So he comes in and then he thinks, all right, I need to find Burnham in this world.
Yes.
Which is interesting. Does that suggest to you that maybe the other Burnham is dead? The Mirror Universe Burnham?
Yeah, I'd be shocked and kind of resentful, I think, if they brought Burnham, the Mirror Universe Burnham back. They'd have to have a really good reason. Really good, because it's why has he been gone for so long? What's going on?
They could probably craft a rationale.
I think if I was Lorca and I knew that the other Burnham existed, I think I would have plotted to have that one take over the false Burnham. Unless this is his plan to have this happen and then he sacrifices that one, I guess. So now what his plan is to bring...
Yeah, what is his plan?
I would assume then his plan now is okay, now that I'm taking over and you're, the fake Burnham or the Prime...
Prime Universe
version is with my enemy, what's her name? The Emperor. Let me get the real one back who's been hiding, waiting for all this to occur. Whatever.
So you're hoping that doesn't happen?
Yes, I am hoping that doesn't happen.
So yeah.
And I don't want to see the original, the Prime Universe Lorca either. I want him to be dead.
I'm going to guess that the Mirror Universe Burnham is dead. And that somehow Lorca, the Mirror Universe Lorca, thought, oh, my best way of confronting the Emperor is with Burnham.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't realize maybe that the Emperor knows that Burnham's been deceiving.
And even if he did know, he still would be in the position where he is right now.
Yeah. So his attempt is to go grab Mirror Universe Burnham and then use her as the bait to get him in to see the Emperor, I guess. But a whole lot had to happen in there. Yeah. And get tortured every step along the way. That was also part of his plan.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Gotta make sure there's an agonizer somewhere. Is there an agonizer? Okay, good. Good, good.
3?
Is there a Klingon prison ship somewhere that I can get captured and then...
I wonder if they talked to either... no, I guess it wouldn't be Jack Nicholson. but Bill Murray about if he wanted to portray the part for his role in Little Shop of Horrors.
Oh, yeah. Are you talking... Oh, you're Steve Martin. Are you talking about you be a dentist?
No.
Oh, he's more masochistic.
Yes.
Yeah. Gotcha. So, all right, so there's that. So now, okay, this was the thing I was going to say about the overarching theme, I think, of this episode, which was people coming to terms with the death of loved ones.
Okay.
So obviously the obvious one is Stamets.
Yep.
And Culber. Beautiful scene.
Yeah.
I thought it was really well done.
Yeah. Still not amemeliorating the whole
yeah.
thing about it, but
yeah.
You know. At least he's a ghost.
He's no. We're not sure exactly what happened to his
mind, really. I mean, come on.
Yeah, exactly. It's probably Stamets' mind as opposed to an actual entity.
Yeah, I would think.
But so there's that. There's also Michael is forced to kind of come to terms with the death of Giorgio. When she's going to confront this Miriam December, and she's got the pin, and she's like, I don't know if I can do this. And Lorca kind of gives her the thing of like, it's not the same person, just do your thing.
Yeah.
She's dead,
yes.
And still it's like, I've had to come to terms with this. And then so there's also Laurel and Vok. Like she's saying goodbye to Vok in that moment.
Yes.
So it's like I'm letting you go. And so she's saying goodbye to Vok. So there's kind of a little through line there of people saying goodbye to loved ones. Methinks.
Yeah.
And that if Karen is in fact what I think it is, the boatman, then that would kind of make sense too about the idea of ferrying people across the river to the afterlife.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway, so okay. Here's a little. Okay, let's talk about the eye thing. Okay. It's fine. It's just I feel like they didn't really commit to this idea for one thing. Like Lorca seems selectively would be bothered by light throughout the series. There were times I don't know. It just felt like there were like
didn't feel like that what you mean. But.
Okay. All right, maybe not. But so how about the idea that maybe if your entire race or species is incredibly light sensitive,
yes,
maybe you have things like tinted windows or the light level of all your rooms is way down, or like it seems like they were just like normal thing, and then oh god, why did we took those blinds? Why don't we fix that? Let's just deal with it. That's fine. We won't actually use technology to solve this problem. We'll just go every time we see a bright light.
I mean, yeah, I
don't know.
I don't think that was necessary at all. But you know,
yeah, they wanted it to be this kind of cool reveal, I guess. But again, it hasn't been.
This whole thing is
not
different
in canon.
In our species crap.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm not crazy about it. I mean, you know, it's not enough to really dislike what they're doing, but it's like I don't feel that was necessary.
Yeah, I agree. It just
it's like we can neither check their quantum signature or show a light in the face.
Oh, you're bad.
It's like, phew, that light thing is much cheaper.
Kind of reminds me of in the Terminator when the Terminators, they're like, oh, they blend in, they look exactly like us.
Yes.
But the one thing that, as we know from Arnold Schwarzenegger, he goes, I know now why you cry, though it is something I can never do. And I was like, oh, that's how you tell if it's a Terminator. You play like a sad movie, and then if they don't cry, you're like, all right, tender mercies, you didn't cry. Anyway, so that's
and then you shoot him, and then he's like, no, it's a real body. It's not falling apart or anything. It's just not a very sad person.
He was just holding it inside.
Yeah, he's just dead inside.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, well.
So much like that, you could shine a light in somebody's eyes and then hope that you were right when you shoot them.
Yes. It's like, would normal people do this?
I think normal people would have a hard time with a flashlight in their face. No. So there was that. Yes. Stamets, we talked about how that scene was very effective, the goodbye scene. So, okay, the destruction of the mycelial network.
Yes.
How do you see this playing out in the last 3 episodes. I'll throw out my thoughts, and you can come here. So, I think maybe this is the way that they're going to eventually say, "Hey, it's broken now. No one can use it."
Yeah.
So, for instance, future episodes, you might as well not even try to use a spore drive because the whole network's corrupt and you can't use it.
Yes, if you were ever to go on to a less technologically advanced ship that doesn't have hollow suites, you can't use this super special spore drive either.
Don't do it. Don't try to use the holosuite to make a spore drive that is functional because it won't work because the network's dead. Can't use it. So, if we go on the idea that the mycelium network is going to go down, is it going to last long enough for them to use it to go back, or are they going to have to use a different method to go back?
Yeah, presumably they have to. Let's see. What they were saying in the episode that there was this area where you have to go through.
Right. So the way the Defiant had gotten through, although if you go to this area and try to use it, you go crazy. Yeah. Which they did talk about in the original series. Those people went mad, I believe, and so that. Right. Anyway, so yeah, the idea is you would go crazy if you went there. But hey, you get back.
Yeah, you're back.
You get back quick enough. Maybe you're not all crazy. Yeah. So that's one method of getting back. One method is Stamets is back, and the mycelium network's maybe it's got one more jump left in it. We'll use it. Yeah. Another way is the Defiant has a portal.
We have to ask how he got over there in the first place. Then,
he being
Lorca.
Yeah, right. That's the third way I was going to say. The third way is Lorca's way, which we don't know. Lorca's way. Sounds like
a sequel to Logan's Run.
Yeah. Finian's Wake, Lorca's way. So there are 3 possible ways they could be getting back at this point.
Sure.
Do you have a preference or a thought on which is more likely?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like sounds like an easier technical problem to fix. Wonder what drove him crazy? Oh, it's probably this thing. Well, let's fix that.
Take that pill. Oh, we're good.
Yeah. So that, then trying to, although, it feels more likely to me.
Which, by the way, I will say it was a little underwhelming at the beginning when they're like, all right, remember the last episode when we tried to save this planet of rebels, but didn't really, and it all exploded. But the whole reason we were doing that was buying time so we could have this disk of information about the Defiant. It's useless. It actually is all redacted. And, well, joke's on us. Let's go to the palace ship. Like, maybe they'll have something. It was like, whoa. I mean, it was like a total waste of time, basically. This thing they got was like, okay. Anyway, it was like, oh, okay.
Well, they needed to get it off the ship. And that's how it wasn't, none of it was supposed to work for their plan. It's all Lorca's plan. It's all Lorca's plan to get to the ship. So it's like, I wonder.
Yeah, maybe
hopefully no one will notice how crappy this plan is because it's really all about my plan.
Yeah, maybe it's a red herring the whole time. Like, he's like, Defiant.
He probably whatever. Probably at some point he was like, I wonder if we could get me tortured a couple more times to get this fake.
Maybe he used the Defiant way and he went partially crazy, and that's why he's even worse than
that's why he wants all this torture.
Yeah. I don't know.
So
he seems just like he's mirror universe version of somebody, as opposed to I'm crazy as well. I don't know.
Yeah, he doesn't seem.
He's kind of crazy like a fox.
Well, yeah, who knows?
I will say this: it was kind of cool. This was. When we met the Emperor, we met Michelle Yeoh. Really good to have her back, by the way. I think she's a really strong presence on the show. It was cool also, she's the one character... I think, I'm saying this without thinking it through, but I think she's the one character we've kind of met where we were like, we met the real version, the Prime Universe version.
Yes.
And we saw how she was, and this really honor-bound captain.
Sure.
And then we see this evil version of her, basically.
Yes.
And so we kind of got time to know the good one, and then we get time to know the bad one.
Yes.
And it's good. I don't know, that's cool. We haven't really done that so much. I mean, maybe the Saru and the Saru Slave.
Yeah, we saw those.
But that's about it, really. And I don't know. Like, like for instance, when she kills off the
Oh, and I guess we see. Yeah,
crew member. We didn't know that guy. He's like, who? Okay.
Yeah, no.
Oh, he's evil now. All right.
Yeah.
And we haven't met, say, evil Tilly. She's just disguising herself. So it's just kind of, if you're going to go into the mirror universe, you probably should do mirror thing. Like, I'm appreciating that they're doing that with his character. Like even Sarek, is he that different?
No, he's not especially
really
different. He's more meek.
Vok was different, I guess, but he was only around for like, whoop, and he's gone.
Yeah.
Although he still might be alive.
Oh, Sarek. We saw Sarek.
Right, I'm saying, but I didn't think he was that different, is my point.
No, he wasn't that goatee.
He had a goatee, but he was otherwise like, yes, I'm rational, and I can tell that you're from this other world, and I believe you and trust you. Like, okay. Great.
Yeah.
So anyway, just kind of, they're playing with that, what would the mirror universe version look like? And she's not just like 100%, she's like lawful evil, I would say. In the D&D universe, she's not chaotic evil, she's not just like, blow everything up.
Georgia?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know for a fact that she is, but she claims she is. She does say, like, when she makes the deal, hey, you give me the spore drive, I'll give you your life. And like, well, how do I trust you? Well, what was the mirror universe or the prime universe version of me? Was she honorable worthy? Yes. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
I don't know if that means anything. That means that the exact opposite of her would, of course, be honor bound. Like, no, actually, I think that means
it's like the mirror version of Burnham was a sucker. So I knew that you would also be a sucker too.
So yeah, assuming Burnham thinks that the spore drive is viable, that is a kind of a weird deal for her to make, isn't it? Like, yes, I'll give you the spore drive and give this Terran Empire the ability to come over to our universe and kick our asses.
Oh, well,
with improved technology. I don't know. I'm just like, maybe that's not the best. But maybe she has something up her sleeve. Like, eventually I'll go back on this deal somehow. Or I don't know.
Who knows?
Anyway, it's just not the best deal to make. Sounds like, just in the short term.
Well, like, I guess, who knows? I mean, it doesn't look like it's working that great out for them. Whoever they choose, I guess they're the perfect people to do it. Like, okay, get like 4 or 5. Once we burn one out, bring another one in to the engine. Like, he's having problems.
That's true, right? If you have no ethics about it, you're like, well, next,
this is a great plan.
I'll eat my Kelpian soup while we throw person after person into the spore drive.
Kelpians make great.
They do actually. Yeah. They're much hardier.
Yeah.
So within the trailer for the next episode, we see a couple of things that are interesting. One, it looks like Saru says something like, Lorca's no longer the captain of this ship.
No.
So, I don't know if you call that a mutiny, or if it's just, that guy's evil. And he's not the actual captain.
Yes.
So, duh.
Yeah.
But I think that arc is coming into play of when is it okay to mutiny?
Sure.
That's okay. She mutinied at kind of the wrong time in the very first episode, and now we're coming back around to, there are these morally gray moments. Yeah. Also, we see a bit where Lorca is meeting up with Burnham again, and he says something like, welcome back, or something like that. And it seems like he's surrounded by, like he's in the palace. And like maybe he's in a position of authority or something. Yeah. So I'm wondering if he takes over.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if he kills the Emperor.
Maybe she has to escape or something.
Right. I feel like he takes over in this moment. I think that's the likely plot point that's happening. Now let's talk about this weird thing of Lorca and Burnham are an item. It's a little weird. I don't know.
Sure.
Like when she said he groomed you, it was like, ew. But I mean, that's mirror universe stuff. I guess it's like,
Yeah, I don't know.
He was like her father figure, and then he's like, I want to be more than that.
Yeah, well, it is weird. I mean, because so in the Prime universe, Burnham didn't meet Lorca until much later.
Agreed.
So for some reason, mirror universe. Georgiou somehow was involved with Lorca earlier. and as early as the event that killed Burnham's parents, we don't know.
True.
So, why they needed that, it's like they haven't really explained that much about exactly what happened in this, where it's just like her parents died, and, we know that in the Prime universe that the parents died, and Savik, or whatever, Sarek took charge of her. He was the father to her. And then at another point, when she was ready to, become a cadet, then she got involved with Georgiou. So it was only at that point that she became the sort of...
Right, as opposed to in this universe, Georgiou had her from a kid.
Apparently, we don't know,
She took the place of Sarek in a way.
It seems like she did. And then, for some reason, at that point, was also... what's his name involved too?
Lorca.
Yeah, was Lorca involved as well?
Yeah, maybe Lorca was part of the Emperor's, retinue or something. Yeah. Those are bits we're probably going to learn.
I assume.
Do we feel like... I feel like they're going to... Well, okay, actually, this is an open question. Will they return to the Prime Universe this season?
I think they will.
I think they will too. There is a possibility that they get stuck here, but I feel like they're going to go back.
I can't imagine. Yeah. It doesn't seem to make
Especially
sense.
with the other Discovery flying around causing mischief, perhaps.
Yeah, it would be interesting if they didn't, but, I feel like
the
whole point of this, that's just too long. I feel like this has been a decent number of episodes to deal with this particular storyline, and I feel like you could really argue that this is not a Star Trek show if they don't ever come back. And if they took a whole season not to come back, then people would be like, what the hell are we watching?
Right. It's like sub-Trek.
Yeah.
So, assuming they get back, which I think they will probably now in the last episode, if I had to guess. There's 3 episodes left. We know the next episode they're still in the Mirror Universe for at least a good part of that time.
I'm thinking it's going to be the last 2 that they'll be in the...
Okay.
So...
Will they fight themselves? Will they fight the Discovery? Will it be a Discovery versus Discovery? Pew 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 pew.
Yeah. I think so. That's what I think.
You think that's coming that way?
I still don't know enough. I feel like this whole thing about magically the Discovery went to the... Yeah,
we don't know why that happened. Yeah. Why did they switch?
Why?
That was because...
is that what...
Uh-oh.
Is that what the network tells you? That they did all those jumps around there? It's like, okay, this is where all the discoveries are. So if we're going to go to another universe, we have to change place with the Discovery in that universe. That's what the map... Was that the map? What the map was?
So Lorca needed his science degree.
Presumably, then it makes me think that it's all about time also then. So how long... is that map good for them, It's like if what it was telling you was, okay, here's, all these different places in this access points, right. Is it really only the access? I just assumed it was access of, something related to the
mycelial
network, yeah. But is that the other part of it too? Also, all the other things that they could switch with? So, I wouldn't think so, but,
Yeah, because that's the only thing
we need more technobabble.
We just bring on more and more technobabble. Enter Tilly.
Yes. Hopefully you can survive.
Yeah, that's right.
Because that's your
agonizer. The agonizer. This was like Minimal Tilly. Yeah. They should have called this episode Minimal Tilly, which I'm good with. That's fine. Vaulting ambition. Obviously, the Emperor says that to Lorca when he's brought in as prisoner.
Give you your shot. So you can
back in bear
Maximum Tilly.
Okay, here we go. Maximum Tilly. So there you go. Lots of interesting things happened. Again, it's like full speed ahead. There's all kinds of plot points bursting around us. And there's 3 episodes left. So they've got some interesting
work cut out for them.
Stuff happening. So good on them. We will be back to talk about that and also Counterpart
Yes.
I forgot that we were, because we did it long ago. Next week will be the second episode.
It's the same day that will be both episodes.
Yeah. So we'll talk Counterpart as well.
Maybe we should do Counterpart first.
Okay.
Because you will have seen it on the day as opposed to...
Sure. Okay. Yes. Good. We might just do that. So anyway, whatever. We'll be talking Counterpart and Black Mirror and Star Trek.
That's right.
And probable Alienist as well. So we'll talk about that. All right. Anyway. Right. Okay. So with that said, subscribe and you'll get all those things. How about that? Boom. Thank you, Brian, again. Brian O'Connor.
Thank you.
Awesome predictions, sir.
Prophet.
The Prophet. The Prophet Brian. And with that, yes, we'll see you later. Bye, everybody.